Hey man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And yeah, Carmelo Anthony said that he warned Chris Paul after he got exiled from Houston. And it sounds like he implying that James Harden got something to do with that. All right, let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And basically said he called Chris Paul to his room and asked Chris Paul did he had anything to do with it. I'm pretty sure everybody know the story. And Chris Paul said, like, dude, I ain't had nothing to do with it, right? And the reason he probably asked Chris Paul is because he believed James Harden had something to do with it. I'm telling you that. You know, James Harden, Dwight Howard didn't go well. James Howard and Kevin McHale as a coach. I mean, James Harden and Kevin McHale as a coach didn't go well. And it sounded like James Harden a hell of a snake. That's what it sounded like to me. Because he didn't say, I called James Harden in the room and asked James Harden, did he have something to do with it? It seemed like James Harden getting his best LeBron on. LeBron getting criticized. LeBron getting criticized for, you know, orchestrating this team. You know, but it's known. But it sounds like Kawhi Leonard can do the same. And it sounds like James Harden on some real snake shit. You know, I heard a lot about, you know, people saying LeBron get this guy traded, don't want this guy, tried to trade the whole Laker, you know, organization and young core. But it sounded like to me that Carmelo Anthony is trying to point out that James Harden got him traded or basically got him traded from Houston. You know, and he said, I never got an explanation why. You know, people say, well, it could have been Mike D'Antoni. Because him and Mike D'Antoni didn't go well in New York, and they kept Melo and got rid of Mike D'Antoni. But for me, that could have been the case. But why didn't he say, well, I called James Harden to my room and see if James Harden had something to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Or did he know about it? Why did he get Chris Paul? I understand him and Chris Paul are cool. But shit, James Harden, the best player on the team. Then James Harden turned around and do the same thing to Chris Paul. He get Chris Paul traded. James Harden, one of them dudes, I'm telling you this, man. I don't know him personally, but James Harden seemed like he one of them dudes that want to get all the stats, and he gonna be content with just padding his stats to be considered one of the greatest players in the NBA history. But it's not gonna work. You got to win, and Chris Paul was a great chance for him to win. You know, Mike D'Antoni, he didn't run the right offense with them. He should have had James Harden more off the ball, letting Chris Paul facilitate the offense, and then, you know, letting James Harden, you know, work in isolations and parts. When you get to the playoffs, everybody can hone in on that dude at the top of the key. So he should have been doing more off-the-ball screens with James Harden, you know, to free Harden up. They should have been doing, you know, more motion in the offense to free James Harden up. But like I said before, you know, it sounded like Melo implying that James Harden had something to do with him getting cut from Houston, because he didn't say I'll call James Harden. James Harden the best player on the team. James Harden one of the longest tenured players on that team at that point. And all of a sudden, Dwight and James Harden get to beefing. Then Dwight get traded, or whatever happened with Dwight, right? Him and Chris Paul get to beefing. Chris Paul get traded. So it sounds like James Harden wanted Melo traded. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, what else could it be? You know what I'm saying? You know, did Carmelo Anthony, you know, do something to James Harden? Did it bother him? Did they have a spat in the locker room nobody spoke about? Maybe James Harden didn't want him here in the beginning, or whatever situation may be. But to me, that sounds real fishy. You know, and Chris Paul said he didn't know what happened. Then he said, I warned Chris Paul, you know, to watch your back. So why you gotta watch your back? Seriously. And then he said, go lucky, look at here. The same thing happened to Chris Paul. So what is he implying? It wasn't that Chris Paul and Mike D'Antoni had a spat. It wasn't that him and Daryl Morey had a spat. It was him and James Harden. I'm telling you, James Harden got Carmelo traded from that team. That's what happened. And if James Harden didn't have a history of it with Chris Paul and Dwight Howard and how they split with Kevin McHale and all that, if he didn't have a history of it, I would give him a pass. But James Harden come off as this nice guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't seem to be bad and all that. Man, bullshit. That's like the third team, the second. Well, if you call him Carmelo, that's the third teammate. If you call him the coach, that's the fourth teammate, Kevin McHale, or fourth. And the reason he like Mike D'Antoni is because Mike D'Antoni give him freedom of offense to play like he want to play. James Harden care about stats and care about James Harden. James Harden don't care about winning. He don't. That's why he can lose a playoff series versus Spurs when Kawhi was hurt a few years ago and go to the titty bar and eat wings and not care about it. James Harden, one of the worst type of teammates. You can say everything you want to say about Kobe. He was a ball hog and this and that about Shaq and this and that. But guess what? Kobe wanted to fucking win. We knew that about Kobe. Kobe wanted to win that thing. Kobe wanted to win. James Harden don't want to win. James Harden want to play video game live in 2K and get all these stats or whatever. This is why he'll never be a winner. It seemed like he wanted to do it all himself. And it's just a matter of time to him and to Westbrook and him clash. It ain't working. I told y'all it wouldn't work in that system. Mike D'Antoni don't have he doesn't have a versatile bone in his body. He don't know how to make that. He don't have that offense is what it is. It's one guy isolate and create for everybody else. And for James Harden, for Russell Westbrook, that's not going to work. So don't be surprised if they don't stop Russell Westbrook in the back. But him and Russ cool. But it's a matter of time to him and Russ probably not cool. It might be a year, might be 2, might be 3. But we going to have to see. But it sounds like Carmelo is saying, and I'll link the ESPN article in the description, it sounds like he's saying that, you know, James Harden is the reason he gone. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business questions, private sponsorship, video questions. Want to make a donation, just share the video, but that link is there if you wish to. Just share the video. It's the best way to help the channel. One time for one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. We go.